Hi, this is Suzanne in Ohio. Gosh, we have a beautiful fall morning here. Makes me want to work on fall items even more. I'm back with a quick video um, to get you started painting and making a journal cover if you so wish. So here's what I did since I saw you last. Now, in my last video, I showed you painting this leaf, and I let it dry, and I didn't think it had enough depth in it. So I'm going to bring you down just quick and show you what I mean here. Um, what happened was, there, that's better. Okay. We put the main colors on first, the darker colors, and then just a wash of yellow, and I did do a wash with a little bit of gold, but the gold didn't show up enough. So when it was almost dry, not quite dry, because it still let my paint bleed a little bit, I dropped in these spaces of gold, and I liked it much better. And then I put a shadow around one side, and that kind of makes it pop. So that's where that stands. Now my intention, if you remember, was to do some slow stitch on this and turn it into a journal cover. It is just the right size for, a folded piece of paper, letter size, and then that gives me some edges that will stick out beyond the paper. It'll be just perfect. Unplanned, but I measured it out and it's just fine. So what I decided to do was put some fabric placards on here, and I'm going to write the word fall on here just with my paintbrush freestyle, and then I'm going to leave this one blank, and perhaps someone would like to write their name or the year on it if they use it. Okay, so my first thought was I want to define this a little bit, and I thought you might like to see this process. So what I'm going to do is just put these here, and then make a wash on my plate, mostly gold, teeny bit of black, and it will end up looking like a goldish gray, something like that. The colors will blend. Now a little bit more color, or water, excuse me. Get a couple splashes there. And I'm just going to put a little bit around the edge of those placards just to kind of make them pop out a little bit. And it'll make them look cohesive to the rest of the journal. So, you know what I maybe should do? And you know what? Let's do this on a paper plate because I know it will show up better for you. And let's just put some water around the edges. And then when I touch this really soppy, wet, thin paint to the edges, it'll automatically bleed in. Look how that works. Well, it's just so fun to watch it. You know, I feel sometimes like I'm working like one of those satisfying videos. Now, because the fabric isn't wet on the inside, that paint's going to stay pretty much right there where I put it. So let's do the other one, the little one, and we'll do a small. Boy, I just realized the mistake I made already. I should have written the word fall first, because I have no way to edit my videos. Actually, I don't know how, and I wanted you to see. It's just simple. Just a creamy paint and a round brush, and I like script, so I'll do it in a script process. And remember, don't get everything perfect. It's a junk journal. It's fabric art. It's art. It's not about perfection. So there's my watery edges, and when I take them to the ironing board and press them out and dry them, that'll be fine. But let's go on with the next phase here. I wanted to point out, remember I said I'm going to challenge myself to make this entire journal with what I found at the thrift store in one haul, because it was a bonus day yesterday, and I thought, oh my gosh, I can make a journal. So the first thing is this little orange fabric. Okay, so I bought a stack of fabric, and here you go. $3.50 was all folded up neat in here, and I just bought what was there. And lo and behold, there are plenty of colors in here that lend itself to fall. So I thought about doing my whole haul, showing you everything I found, but that would just take too long. And all this video is for is just to get you started and hope that when I get back with making the journal with all my pieces and parts from the thrift store, that you will work along with me. Challenge yourself to go to the thrift store, and if you don't have one close to you, go into your stash and just pull out some handfuls of stuff, and let's see what we can do with it. All right, I have this pinned, as you can see, and all I'm using here is a piece of Pellon. Now this is a fairly medium to stiff. It's not the softest one, just kind of lightweight to medium. And what I want that on there for is because when I go slow stitching through this, I want something for my thread to stabilize onto from the back. A lot of times I will use sometimes 2 layers of muslin, 1 layer of muslin, 1 layer of thin Pellon. The reason I like Pellon is it keeps your piece from skewing corner to corner, because as you work with something and wad it and hold it in your hand, sometimes everything goes out of kilter. All right, so that gets you up to where my brain is thinking. And let me show you how this will look when it's dry. Still wet, but that helps you visualize it. And I'll stitch these down, hand stitch, slow stitch, and then work on this piece first. And then what I will do is figure out how wide I want my entire journal, um, and then how tall, and then we'll go from there. All right, I appreciate you watching this morning. One viewer did say she was anxious to see how bright these colors stayed after they dried. They stay pretty nice. If you go and look at a few of my recent videos called Painted Pillows, wow, those colors are super bright. Now, I added nothing to it and did no treatment on top of it, but I got gorgeous colors. All right, listen, thank you for watching, and hope you have a great day. And I won't be back with this journal, I don't think, until after I make a little out-of-town trip. So watch for this in about a week, and we'll get right back to it. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment if you have any questions. Bye for now.